I'm making a video. Start dancing. Do the running dance. Do. I can't zoom in once I've already started it. Da-da-da-da-da. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
What's up?
Lean on me when you're not strong. Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. Wow, you're amazing. I don't think my camera can even see you. No, the keys won't come out. The keys won't come out. You're an idiot.
I remember last year when Melanie came home and was so excited to tell me that her friend Ashley had been picked for the look-alike show.
I always thought that Ashley looked like Angelina Jolie. Like, even the first day I met her, I thought she did.
And I can still remember that day in the hospital, and they said it was a girl, and I just about jumped off the table because I was so excited. I don't think I've ever felt like that in my life. Was pretty incredible, and she was beautiful, and I get emotional when I think about her. It was Melanie's room when I first bought this townhouse. Melanie would have been 12 when I moved in here. Now I'm redoing it in a much lighter shade of green, which I think is going to go nice with the bedspreads and things that I've just bought. I'm going to make this into a room as a kind of like a little guest room, but keep some of her things in here to make it cheerful. And Megan's moved out and the phone's hardly ringing anymore. Nobody's coming here. It's a lot different without the girls. My friend Susie's helping me today, and Ray, and I appreciate that. It's really hard. Everywhere I go, something reminds me of Melanie. Yesterday I went to Home Depot to get the paint, and the lady at the counter asked me what the room was for, or who was moving into the room, and I told her I was fixing it up in my daughter's things, that she'd been killed in a car accident, and she immediately asked me if I lived in Curtis. She'd already heard about the accident. She's a friend of my neighbor's next door. Go over and over in your mind how it could have been different and what went wrong, and try and cope with it. Oh, it's so hard. Every day is a new day to try and understand. I worry about Megan because I really don't know. She doesn't open up how she's feeling, and I only see it in what she writes on Facebook to Melanie, her sister. And I just hope that, you know, she doesn't come crashing down. I'll tell you, you sure know who your friends are when you go through an ordeal like this. And I've really, truly got some amazing friends. It's like every time I go anywhere, I see something that is kind of a reminder of her, and I kind of just buy stuff now randomly and think of her when I do. It's really hard. I've been on a lot of trips in the month of December trying to get through her birthday and Christmas. It's still hard to even believe that she's gone. Happy Valentine's Day. Love to Mom. Love, Melanie. Snow dropping down. She loved the snow. I've had to take a leave of absence from work. I was finding it very difficult. Having panic attacks, breaking down in front of my customers. And so I've had to take this time and just deal with it. I try and keep busy, as busy as I can, because if I sit idle, that's all I can see is Melanie. And it took forever. And I said, finally, what is the problem? Why aren't we leaving? And they said they couldn't get a driver for the ambulance.
They make an estimate of how much time it would take to go directly to a trauma center and what the potential life-threatening injuries are, and a decision's made.
Okay.
And if they feel it's too long to drive directly, they may go to another hospital first to try to resuscitate with a view to transporting her subsequently. So it's a judgment call.
Timing was of the essence. Timing was of the essence.
It's an original composition, and it's done by Blair, Father Blair, and Sister Megan.
As the sun nudged my clouds away, I thought perhaps
I miss Melanie.
You do?
I miss you.
no one ever really
Hey, Melanie. I wish I could say I wasn't crying today, but the snow is falling with those big, fat flakes, and it is so pretty. I had to come and share a moment with you. I miss you every day. God, I miss you, Melanie. That was the last time I saw Melanie, and I don't know why I pulled my camera out and I just said to the girls, pose. And what about air ambulance at a scene when there's critical and time is of the
You must be reliving that night
Who makes that
over
call?
and over and over again. The EMS.
Just to try and understand why she was driving this guy's car. Because this guy, like, he didn't even drink, and he was always the designated driver. That's why I can't understand it, and I want them to tell me what happened. And they said that they can't talk. So hard.
No, I know.
It's so hard. Oh.
Valentine's heart for Miss Melanie. I miss playing with her.
Ontario is a challenging place because it's a big province, a lot of areas that don't have a lot of hospitals, and there's a lot of attempts to make that part of the system better too.
They couldn't find a driver was the problem that night. I was ready to drive the ambulance here. That's how bad it was. And her and Megan and I drove out to my brother's for Easter. I can still picture what she was wearing.
Oh my gosh.
Her little white furry vest.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. And she'd had a big party in my house while I was away.
Oh, that was the weekend.
Yes. And when I
Oh.
finally got home from the Easter dinner, because they picked me up right from being off the plane,
Yeah.
and I got home here and I stepped in sticky stuff and noticed one of these was gone. It was in a drawer upstairs. They had put it away. And then I found out they'd had a huge party, and the notes that
And
I'd
left
left
you
in the house, they had
pictures?
stuck to their foreheads and took pictures of themselves, laughing their heads off, thinking it was hilarious.
Oh my
Because Melanie, her friend's birthday was that weekend, and she said, "My mom's away. We can have a party for you at her house."
This happens, unfortunately, a lot. And if there's a message that can get out there, it's about drinking and driving. If I can go down and tell the story and get through to one or two kids, then I guess I've done my job. Safe and Sober Canada, we've registered it legally, and we are putting something together that is going to hopefully make a difference. Speed, because the car was not familiar. Construction zone.
Yeah.
Raining.
Yeah.
All of these played a factor.
Ethanol level, so she had alcohol in her blood,
Oh, I see.
and that's above the legal limit.
To try and make a difference, to stop one or two people, if that's all we can do, from getting
That
in
is
a car
so powerful.
and watching their speed and looking to make sure they don't use their cell phones while they're driving. Alcohol.
The balloon release for us was something that they could see, and that they could see that they were giving her something. It's hard to teach children that, you know, Miss Melanie is always going to live in our hearts and she's always going to be with us. And it's been, you know, a very emotional time for all of us.
She wasn't planning on driving a car. She left her keys at home. I would like Megan to come down as well, because she's in their age group and be able to stand there if she can't speak, just even hold Melanie's picture to say, this was my sister, and this is what I've got now, a picture of her. This is what I've got left, to hold on to a picture for a memory.
Walking right here next to me.
I don't think your life is ever the same when after you've gone through this, and it really makes you think every day about your life.
I got this tattoo for Mel. It has her birthday, or the year she was born here. Got her name across here in another banner, and then the third banner has the year that she died. I did it because I wanted to remember her. I wanted to do something special for her to show how much I cared. And I want people to ask me about her so I can tell her story, and her memory will live on forever.
You'd have to know her.
Laugh.
Everybody knew her, even if you only knew her for 10 minutes, you knew her for a lifetime.
Yeah. That outgoing. Everybody wanted to be your friend.
And I like when people ask me about it because it gives me a chance to talk about her.
A great way of expressing what she meant to me.
Ooh, is it gonna hurt?
A little bit.
Okay, well I already have one. Was to get 2 butterflies to begin with, and so I'm gonna get 1 butterfly for me, 1 butterfly for her.
The only way that she can influence anybody's life now is through her story. And I hope that by taking a few minutes and just explaining a little bit about what happened and who she was, and the fact that she had everything to live for and had everything going for her, and in that decision that she made that night, that all ended.